Thank you, Reverend. Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here for a number of reasons. One, because I represent the district. You know, I'm always happy about things happening in the district. But more importantly, to be in a place where there's such history. I was actually telling one of my younger staffers a minute ago about the history of this particular location, the history of this corridor, the history of the great Reverend Sullivan and how we dealt with self-empowerment. So I'm excited to be here to have this opportunity. Reverend, you mentioned the fact that we unfortunately have the designation as the city with the highest poverty level of the 10 largest cities in the country. And that's a designation that we clearly want to fix. So as a result of that, you know, we're always trying to think, and we're looking at Stafford and we're talking to people, how can we deal with these issues? The simple reality is, in spite of having probably maybe second to Boston, some of the most significant universities in the country, Temple, Drexel, Penn, throughout our city, the simple reality is that everybody's not going to go to college, right? And sometimes when you talk to young people and you tell them, you can go to this 4-year college, and sometimes they kind of glaze over. So we talked about figuring out a way to get these entry-level jobs, something where there's a window of opportunity within reach of a lot of these young folks out here. And your older folks, too, because older folks want employment opportunity, too. So they looked, and I want to give credit my man, former Councilman Good, who actually did some really good work pulling this all together. And Derek Green, and I didn't know that this guy was actually on your board. You know, he kept that secret from me. It's all good. But I want to thank them for doing the due diligence. So we reached out, we did our research, and we said, well, this great program, Bankwork. He said, well, you know, we looked at the timeline. They said, well, they're probably not going to come here for about 3-4 years, right? You looked at it, you said, yeah, all right. So the simple reality is that one of the things about elected officials, you know, they always say, well, I don't believe it, right? You know, we try very hard. And I want to say through a lot of conversation, putting things into play, expressing the needs of our city, that our good friends from the Biller Foundation, Les and Sherry, decided that this was the move they needed to make. And you kind of skipped us over a few other cities. We're not going to talk about it right now, who they were, but we really appreciate this. So as we talked about the possibilities of bringing this to fruition in the city of Philadelphia, we said, well, we got to really have a provider. And you got to thinking, you said, well, who the heck else but OIC, right? An entity that's not only so centrally located, that has the level of expertise in terms of administrative skills, and they have the ability to do this right here in the middle of our city. That was a natural choice. So I want to thank you, Reverend, so much for being the recipient of this wonderful opportunity. My friends from Wells Fargo, where we actually kind of started this conversation, thank you so much. It's just a very exciting time, so I just want to thank everybody. We can't wait to get those young people gainfully employed so they can start paying some of that wage tax. I'm just saying, you got to make the city work. You need money to do that. So, folks, I just want to thank everybody who's participated in this wonderful, wonderful, significant. This is truly a great day, and I'm just excited to have played a small part in this. Thank you. Thank you, Reverend.